Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, what's up? I'm AP, and this is another perspective. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. You need to change your ways and stop singing now. How'd you feel about that? What'd you think? What side are you on? Should I keep singing? Should I not keep singing? Anywho, don't answer it. It was rhetorical. Might not have sounded rhetorical, but it was rhetorical. Anyway, today's topic, you know, was reflection. What is reflection? Do you know what reflection is? I don't know the specific meaning. It might just be, the mirror, um, casting an image back, what have you. Um, I think when we talk in a deeper sense, reflection for a lot of people is, just sitting back, laying back, whatever the case may be, and thinking deeply. But I think there's more to it, you know? Reflection is you checking in on who you've become. Actually, gathering information, answers on all this happened, where am I now? Or it could be where do I want to get? And you're actually reflecting in a sense to the future, which, you know, all of them fall in line. And you can use reflection to essentially see if you like who you've become or see if you're on the right trajectory to becoming who you want to become. I hope I didn't jumble that, but I hope you get it as well. Um, but yeah, it's catching your growth. I think an important one, a big thing with reflection is reflection helps you and me, you and me and you. Sweet, no, it's touching me, touching you, right? Sweet Caroline, bop, bop, bop. Anywho, it's it's you or me making peace with a past event, or it's making peace with yourself. It could make peace with somebody else. Um, and I think reflecting is a very important tool, and a tool that should be used. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, hey, every day you should think about, how your day went, which it's not bad advice. Get it? Because last video was essentially bad advice. Um, but you should frequently use this tool. And like I said a little bit ago, it shouldn't just be, you know, you sitting back and thinking and, you know, like today I would think, I'm fresh out of work and be like, I went to go replace this part and I did a good chunk of it. Do I feel I could have done more? And just that simple thinking. It's actually assessing how you were, and seeing if you actually approve of the excuse me, jeez always, but um it could be checking the receipts of your behavior. Um, yeah, reflection can go into so many different alleys. It's if one day you wake up and you suddenly realize, like I will keep it a buck with you. I will keep it a buck. The reason I started making the videos I've made two. This is number tres. Um, the reason I started making the videos is because I myself reflected, and you know, I picked apart, pieced apart, picked apart, whichever, um, where I was in life, and not for nothing, but I feel like life was going good, but I also felt myself hitting a stagnant point. Everything was just linear, and I had to stop, and I'm just like, do you really want to keep going on autopilot? You know, um, wake up, shower, brush my teeth, get ready, um, have a little meal, feed the cats. If I have time, I might get on the computer, do whatever, and then I'll go to work. Get off of work, have a little snack, make sure the cats have food, and then shower, get into bed, and then let's do it all over again. And I sat there and I'm thinking, and I'm just like, let's do something else because you're getting into autopilot and you're not. I'm not liking the fact that it's so linear. I wanted to do more. I wanted to just something different. And so I said to myself, what if you just talk and pick a topic, or I go and I don't know, I watch a movie and then I'm just like, yo, so I saw this movie and let me tell you, it was god awful, or it was amazing. And then I just tell you about it, and I was just like, this is. I really hope the fact that the pants rubbed against the seat and it kind of sounded like passing gas. I hope you don't. If it comes, the audio comes out. I hope you don't think I did that. Oh, jokes aside, yeah, I felt off of that reflection, I felt yeah, just do that, talk, and I can honestly say that I was having a repetitive, I think it was 2 weekends in a row, or it might have been 2 days in a row, if I'm honest, or whatever the case, where I did the same thing, and I was just like, do you want to keep doing this? Do you want the same routine to be happening? And I was like, let's throw a curveball. Um, but yeah, that's where reflection got me right now. And reflection, like I said earlier as well, is checking the receipts. It's how you stop life from happening at you. You get me? Because if you stop and you dissect and think about like how should I have handled this? Should I have gone a different route? And now you're knowing you're taking the day, and my foot is asleep. Jeez Louise, it's tickling. But it's taking the day, and like I said on my little reflection, it removes the pattern that's going. I would hope so. It might not, and if it doesn't, let me know. We'll figure this out. I got you. I'm gonna be like, I don't know what advice I would give you. You got advice for me? What you got? The biggest thing though with reflection is, I would say, the clarity it can bring. And a lot of times, I think, and I'm subject to it, is the reflection. I make it sometimes where I'm just thinking deeply, and sometimes it's because I have a fear of the answers I'm going to get, or I'm in denial of said reflection, and you're only hurting yourself. You have to be able to take the lesson, take the growth, and progress through it, whether it was pain, whether it was happiness. Um, you have to be able to move forward. And learn from what happened. And that's in the sense of, you thinking back to a moment. Whereas if you were thinking of who you've become, it might be along the lines of, say you finally are in charge and this is what you wanted, but then you look back and you're like, yo, I crossed a lot of people. Why did I act this way? Um, you Part of you might be like, nah, but I got the job. Screw it. Um, but it's like, at what cost? And I feel like I kind of went a weird route. I hope you kind of understood what I was trying to say with that. Um, but yeah, just remember, reflection is not just thinking deep. Um, you never want to get to a day to where you say, who even is this person I turned into? Who is the person I allowed all these people to make me? Um, I would hope that one day you're able to get to a point to where you like my pen, to where you say, for instance, for me right now, I can say I'm liking the person I'm becoming, and I'm liking the group that I feel I'm starting to surround myself more with. I feel like they're helping me, and I'm helping myself grow, and that's where like I have the positive reflection. Whereas way not way, but we'll go a time back where it was just, for better lack of words, I look back on it and I didn't like that the fact that what I was surrounding myself with, or what in the moment, the people I was with, I knew they didn't care about me. I knew what their goals were. I knew how they acted, but I was just people to hang out with. And I think that's what um, shut up. That's what me, that's what I look back on. And now I tell myself, why'd you stop? Why'd you hang out with them? Not why'd you stop, but like, why did you hang out with them? Why did you fall into, you know what why did you fall in line with the route they were going? Um, you're only hurting yourself because you know it's not you. And luckily, I was brave enough. I was able to say, no, this isn't me, and I went a different direction. And I've reflected deeply about many of things. Whether it was, me finally getting to the point to where I looked back and thought to myself, you drink, or you're drinking orange juice, you're drinking it in the hopes of like that's gonna lead you to fun, or that's what makes the night fun. And I was able to, well, especially now, I look back and I'm just like, you don't want to get to that point. You don't want to ever fall into that to where you rely on that to have fun. And that's where, like I said earlier, I feel like it's the third time I've said like I've said earlier. But like the the who I am now and the group I associate, the ones I call friends, I've come to learn and see firsthand that, which I knew it before, but I'm saying like now I'm I'm noticing it more and I'm appreciating it more. The fact that like I don't have to drink orange juice to have fun, Or it was something like, even sad to hear, but even, a good friend who loved deeply, um and things went south, and you know, um, but it reflecting on that, because you don't have to just reflect on yourself. You can reflect on someone else's account or something that's happened like somewhere else. And I thought about it, and that made me think like it's beautiful that someone would. I hope these sounds aren't just coming through, but it's beautiful that someone would love so deep, and I feel like as the partner, I feel like you'd be flattered, and I would hope you're like overjoyed at the fact that you have a partner that is that invested and like that devoted to you. Um, but then, things happen and people went their ways, and, you know, um, how do I say this? Someone went on a one-way trip, and reflecting on it, I'm just like, there's a correct way to love, and then there's a not saying I'm not saying he was incorrect, because he wasn't. He just, I got love for the man. He loved deeply. That was my boy, but there's more, to life. Well, it's not to say, not to sit here and tell you like there's more to life than loving someone. It's just that, life is so precious and we only get one. Um, I wish, he would have reflected and, you know, excuse me, all to say, I would have wished he was still here. Um, that took a turn, but, you know, it did. What I'm getting at is I look back on it and I'm just like, I would have hoped you reflected and you would have known that you were doing, which I don't know the full situation, but you were doing everything you could. You're doing everything you can. You're a good person. There's no, the world needs you. Uh, and I would have hoped that, that reflection would have happened, so to say that, he'd still be here. That's, I'm kind of going back and forth, and thinking like, is this appropriate? Is this not appropriate? But I think that's the power of reflection, and good reflection, where you can actually go back and think, and you know, he had a lot going, and then it's just gone. Um, and he could have assessed, which everybody's different. You know, I'm not sitting here trying to like, for better lack of words, bash him. No, never that. That's my boy. But what I'm saying is, like I said a couple seconds ago, I wish he was still here. Um, but with the reflection, I would have hoped that he would have understood like it's great that I love her, but I wish, I wish we were still together. And if we're not, you gotta. And I know it's hard in the moment, but I'm gonna wish you the best. Um, and if our roads are still gonna intertwine, and like we ended up going back on the same road, that's great. If not, then you have to keep moving. You have to, you know, take the good from that, apply it into your next one. Take the bad and make sure you don't reuse it. And that all of that is reflection. I didn't mean to go into that rabbit hole, but um, Yeah, it's just, that was me right now reflecting. And like as I'm trying to speak, I'm getting like the thoughts and like I even had momentarily right now a thought just ran through and was like, did you even do enough? Or did you respond to that text? It's deep, but I digress. Um, Reflection, super powerful. It's a great tool. Keeps you, I would hope, grounded. It turns chaos into clarity at times. Um, and it's all about that inner peace, because it's about you being happy. I know during the moment it could be bad, and you know it's the sun's gonna come up again, and tomorrow reflect on it and build on it. You got this. Let me read you these two quotes that I wrote down. All right, eyes. I really just did that. I meant ears. Ears. Um, which, like I said just right now, build yourself, grow, reflect. The way we experience the world around us is a direct reflection of the world within us. One more time. The way we experience the world around us is a direct reflection of the world within us. So I'm gonna see how you're going about. Some people can hide it, but there's gives, there's tells, but you gotta want to grow. The second one. This is one that I really liked. Probably not as deep as I thought it was, but I liked it. And it goes, I remember when I said, reflection, it's not just thinking deep, but bear with me. Without deep reflection, one knows from daily life that one exists for other people. Hold on. I'm going to read this one again. I know I read the other one again, but I'm going to read this one again and we're going to enunciate. You feel me? It says, without deep reflection, one knows from daily life that one exists for other people. You should exist for you first. You got this. This is your life. AP's leaving ASL. Excuse me. AP is living for himself. You know, AP has to build himself. Just like you have to build yourself. This is a journey. We can be on it together, but you ask me for help, I'm gonna help you. I ask you for help, hopefully you help me. But at the end of the day, I take the lessons, I grow, and hopefully you catch how you grow, and hopefully you're going in a positive manner. And I'm not saying go at this alone, it's never that. But it starts with you. Um, that's my little tangent on reflection. Hopefully you got some good info out of it. And if you didn't, tell me, tell me in your words how reflection is a good tool. You know, tell me the importance of it. Excuse me. Sheesh. Um, I just burped again. Jesus, what is happening? Um, this is about to be me. Sheesh. um, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on reflection. And maybe it was a whole lot of rambling, and you were just like, "Yo, I kind of got the point," 5 minutes in. But hey, you stuck around, and I appreciate that about you. If you did, if you didn't, I mean, you're not gonna know because you're not here. Why you do that? You got the little puppy eyes. Was it working? I don't know. Anywho, let's end this. Let me go. Let you go about your day. Not that I'm holding you in place, but I'm gonna end you with a song. A great song. A song that I would say right now is my song. It's a song when it comes on, it doesn't matter what's happening. I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna do some type of reflection. And that's the thing. Real quick, what are the ways to reflect? Or what causes you to reflect? It could just be you sitting back thinking, you know, assessing. It could be a song that comes on and you hear it and you're just like, oh. And I hope that when that moment happens, you're able to, whatever the moment is that comes to your head, you can um actually sit there and be like, I did go through this, or I did do this, or this did happen, but look at where I am now. I'm doing good, or I need to be better because based off of the trajectory or based off of everything that I'm doing, I'm going back down the same path and I don't like that path, or maybe you don't mind it, but you get what I mean. Um Music is I think one of the ones, especially for me, that it'll cause me to reflect. And this song does that for me. I'm telling you, it plays, and I'm just like, everybody, be quiet. I gotta listen. Um, and if you know me, you knew it was gonna happen. Should have been the first video. And I'm sorry. But it's gonna be on the second video. It's my boy. It's the weekend. Yeah, roll your eyes. It's okay. It's my video today. Okay, when it's your video, you give your recommendation. But today is me. And for me, it's the weekend. Hurry up tomorrow. I'm not gonna sing it, but it is a song for me. And I feel like that's kind of like the message of the song is, him reflecting on the past and saying, I hope that I find what I'm looking for. I'm done with the lies, I'm done with the loss. I hope my confession is enough. And I see heaven after. I said I wasn't gonna sing. But yeah, hurry up tomorrow by the weekend. I appreciate you. And yeah, make sure you let me know what you think. This was a quick little tangent. 27 minutes. Yeah, it was quick, buddy. But yeah, have a pen. See ya. You guys get epiphanies? Like, you ever have a moment where you're just like, what?